Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is a word of caution regarding watching pick a card love readings. So while there is nothing inherently wrong with wanting to know where you stand with the love interest on your mind, the reason why you're wanting to know where you stand with them matters greatly, as it can greatly impact your mental and emotional well-being. So a very good question to ask yourself when it comes to why you're watching pick a card love readings is, am I simply curious or am I actually clinging? Holding on to hope isn't always a good thing, especially if it's keeping you stuck in limerence or in codependence. The last thing I want to do is to enable limerence and codependence with the content that I create. I want to help you create a life in which you're truly thriving, not keep you stuck in survival mode. And I know how it all works because I've been there. So this is where grace, knowledge, understanding, and compassion come in. It's okay if the only way you're able to self-soothe in this moment is by way of participating in coping mechanisms, distractions, and the like. As long as you're also doing yourself a favor by learning how to heal the wounding that has been fueling any limerence and or codependent patterns that you might have. My promise to you is that as you heal the wounding, your dependency on your SP, which means specific person, aka the person on your mind, or your ex, will begin to dissolve naturally, to the point where you're not even curious about what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you anymore. I know this to be true from personal experience. When you're ready to start healing the wounding, I have some amazing resources to get you going. My personal recommendation is to start with 2 videos, how to stop manifesting separation, and then the other one is called Releasing the Wants. Both videos will be linked in the description box below. My heart is always with you guys, and with that I bid you more happy viewing. Love, Michelle. Hey Pile 1, welcome. If you're new to my channel, my name is Michelle. We are doing another pick a card love reading, tapping in and channeling through messages from your person to you. All right, so just keep in mind, you guys, it's a collective general love reading, so whatever resonates, take it, run with it, claim it if you want to. If something isn't quite resonating or it's not landing, just drop that bit of information and leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating for. All right, you guys, let's see, and I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. Just check the description box. All the booking details are there. I'm going to tell you, as soon as I started tapping into this pile, my mind and my thoughts just got really foggy. So, I don't know if maybe someone's high, if someone is distracted. Things just got really hazy. That's why I'm kind of like, it sounds like I'm out of it, because I kind of am. It's weird. But anyway, yeah. I have a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. Your person could be experiencing some cognitive dissonance. Maybe just overall. I don't know necessarily that has anything to do with you guys or their connection with you. I'm just tapping into energies now. And it's really weird because like thoughts are there, but they kind of seem up in the air. It's so weird. Let's see. You guys were drawn pile 1 to the pink tourmaline and quartz. Let's find out what their overall energy is towards you. We have tranquility. Okay. They might be smoking. I don't know. Somebody's person might be smoking. I mean, but they could also be dealing with a lot of stuff too. What do we got here? We got the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, the Ace of Cups, and the 4 of Cups in the reverse. And then we have the overall, oh wow, wow, yeah. And then we got daydreams. Hold on, let me see what else we got here. We also have I know you love me. So your person, one of their messages to you, pile 1, is they know that you love them. We also have if I could undo the pain I caused you, I would. And then we have sticking to your boundaries equals mad respect for you. Okay. Something about many of you are probably in separation because there is kind of an energy coming through pile one of their memories. It's like your person is getting high off of memories when it comes to you guys. You may not, I don't know if you guys aren't getting along. That's not the strongest of energies, but there is kind of this energy here of maybe going your separate ways, choosing to, you know, do the next journey on life like individuals, separate from each other. We got the Three of Pentacles here. You know, this could have been a third party situation where, you know, more than likely you ducked out. Pile one, again, these are all general collective messages. So just whatever fits, just take that, okay? There's love here with the Ace of Cups in the upright position, but it just doesn't look like they're doing a whole lot with it. There's feelings here, right? There's love. There's even a desire for reconciliation, you know, that your person has coming through. A desire to want to nourish the connection, but it could be like now is just not the time. Well, and it could also be because, you know, one or both of you, I mean, the energy here is at you, because with sticking to your boundaries equals mad respect for you, especially with that coming out underneath the Four of Cups in the reverse. This is you. I'm hearing this is you being kind of fed up or just done or no longer interested in whatever the status quo was in this connection or in this relationship. With tranquility here and the Ace of Cups, this almost feels like your person maybe finding peace or making peace with whatever your guys' current situation or the current status of your connection is. You know, there's even an apology coming through with that Ace of Cups in this card here that says, if I could undo the pain I caused you, I would. You know, it's not the strongest energies, but there is, you know, for those of you where something went down between you and your person, where maybe you felt like it was... Why am I hearing alternate ending? Yeah, your person definitely wishes if they could go back in time, they would choose differently is what they're saying for messages to you. It's like with the Ace of Cups right next to the Four of Cups in the reverse, it's like this person is saying they have all this love, but they don't really have anywhere for it to go right now because like you're not accepting it. Literally with the Ace of Cups and then the Four of Cups in the reverse. But that can also talk about too, like if you were open to it, like if you would take their cup, if you would actually take it, right? They would put it back on the table or something like that. With the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, there's a message coming through with that, especially with I know you love me underneath that. It's like a message coming through pile one as your person is like, even though we're not talking, even though things aren't working out or things didn't work out between us, pile one, there's still a lot of love there. I still love you and I know you love me, right? There is kind of like a mutual love and respect coming through and an acknowledgement of that. But there's kind of this energy, pile one, where your person is resigning themselves to maybe a realization that the only place where they have to connect with you is in their dreams, are through memories. Yeah, because a lot of you are not talking to your person. Let me find out what's going on with that Four of Cups in the reverse with sticking to your boundaries equals mad respect. This almost feels like you filtering out or screening offers. It's like you're not rejecting them outright, but you're waiting for the right one. You're waiting for the right offer. It's not that you're rejecting every single cup they put on the table. It's like I'm waiting for you to put the right cup, the actual cup that I want, on the table. It's like you're open to it, but then it's like you have a filter and you have you're screening. You're like, no, that's not what we talked about. That's not what I want. You know, keep trying. Tell me about the Four of Cups in the reverse, please. Messages to pile one. For some reason, your person is just still, it's like, I don't know if there is third party influence. And of course, it doesn't have to be romantic, especially with the Three of Pentacles being here. That can be more, you know, a third party energy in terms of like their work or, you know, their finances being, you know, more of a priority or something like that, or schooling, whatever the case may be. But still like weighing options. And there, it's not because your person is being, you know, like sneaky. Literally, we have the Two of Pentacles here, but it's showing up right alongside with the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Your person is like, you know, there's no sneaky business happening here. They're focused on work. If there is a third party energy kind of getting in between things right now, it's, you know, your person is saying their primary focus seems to be on like their finances. But with the Three of Pentacles being in the reverse, it's just like, you know, either they're not in the space to be able to build something with you because they're too busy trying to focus on building something, you know, somewhere else. But I don't feel like that's a permanent energy. That's almost like that's just the way it is for now. Because your person is trying to figure out, your person knows exactly what cup you want, pile one, with that Ace of Cups. They know exactly what it is you're wanting. And many of you, that's because you communicated it pretty clearly with your person. And it's not necessarily that they're not withholding it from you out of malice. This could be your person saying, I just don't have the time, energy, and resources. You know, I want to offer that cup. It's there. It's literally on the board. That cup is on the table, right? But they're not actually making it available to you. It's almost like they're reserving that cup for you, but they're not giving it to you yet because something about the timing could be off. I mean, I know we have, if I could undo the pain I caused you, I would. But, I mean, you know, and maybe for some of you, you do maybe have a past with your person where you felt like they were being sketchy, okay? With that Seven of Swords in the but, you know, it is showing up in the reverse. So now it's like, whatever case may be, whatever your guys' past may have been, they're saying, like, that's not the deal now. They got, like, weighing options in terms of, like, trying to juggle responsibilities, possibly. Let me see. Tell me more about the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something else they're dealing with that's got their focus and their attention, especially with the Moon and the World in the reverse here. They got unfinished business with something or someone else. So, you know, unfinished business somewhere else or with someone else that they're needing to wrap up. But I feel like your person like that, let me see about that Ace of Cups, because I feel like that's on reserve for you. They're not giving it to you yet, but they're kind of like, you know, I want this for pile one, so I'm going to go hide it in the back so nobody else gets it. You know what I mean? Kind of like that energy. Ace of Cups. Tell me more about the Ace of Cups. Judgment in the reverse. There's a lot of this that's up in the air. See, your person isn't sure. Like, yeah, they want to give you this Ace of Cups. But there's kind of, I don't know if time has run out or your person feels like time is running out in terms of, like, you know, giving you that cup. Like the window of opportunity is either already closed or it's closing. Yeah. With the Ten of Wands in the reverse. Because their focus has to be somewhere else. This is giving me heavy indications where your person's almost like, you know, yeah, I want to do this with you, but my responsibility is over here, to this endeavor, to this situation, to this problem, to this circumstance, something like that. And it's like they have kind of an understanding or an acknowledgement that they don't have all the time in the world. You know, just kind of shelving, I guess, this connection, or shelving you. You know, because it almost feels like that, yeah, they want to reserve that offer for you. but it's not available to give. Again, it doesn't feel permanent, but I'm going to be honest, pile one, whatever it is that they're dealing with that's causing them to not be able to, you know, give you what you want, extend that offer, the offer that you're wanting. It feels like it's going to be, you know, that cup is going to be on standby until and during, you know, them trying to figure out whatever this third party energy is, which for many of you largely it's financial. Okay, that's where it's rooted, is finance. Even if it is a, you know, for many of you, if it's a third party that's involving a person, no matter who that person is to your person, there's something about finances and business largely tied into that. Okay. Your person is wanting to apologize to you, pile one. That is one of the messages coming through. Heavy on the, if I can undo the pain I caused you, I would. And that's also them saying, I don't want to cause you any more pain. Like I'm already seeing the pain that I caused you. I don't want to cause any more. In fact, with that showing up underneath the Ace of Cups, you know, that's your person asking for forgiveness, but it's also your person saying, you know, rather than causing you more harm and causing more harm to this connection, I'd rather figure out a way to nourish the connection. Even if that means nourishing the connection means cutting it off. Sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes you get two people together and for whatever reason, it could be multiple reasons. For whatever reason, they just bring out the worst in each other. That can happen a lot for people who are wound mates or they're triggering each other's wounds, right? The desire to want to love each other and build each other up and stuff is there, but then you got two wounds hitting and triggering each other, and all of a sudden it's just like chaos ensues, right? And so that could be something else too. It's like, you know, something about timing, okay? But I'm going to be honest, it feels like whatever that extenuating circumstance is that's outside of this connection, it's taking priority and precedence to your person over this connection. Not necessarily that they like or prefer it that way. It's just the way of things they're saying. But until, you know, they figure that situation out or something with that situation shifts or changes, are not really going to be able to give you exactly what it is that you want, right? But they do respect you for you know, sticking up for yourself, and then also reinforcing those boundaries and not you know, settling for less than what you know you want, pile one. Okay, you guys, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated if you want to become part of the family simply by subscribing. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And pile one, I'll see you guys at your next pick a card love reading. Bye guys. What's going on, pile two? Welcome. If you are new to my channel, my name is Michelle. We are doing another pick a card love reading, tapping in and channeling through messages from your person to you. Okay, the love interest on your mind, pile two. Just keep in mind, it's a general reading. It's collective. So, you know, whatever resonates, you can do whatever you want with it. Claim it if it's something worth claiming, right? If it isn't something that's landing or it's not quite resonating, just drop that bit of information or that message and leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating with. All right, you guys, I have personal readings available if you wanted me to tap exclusively into your connection with your person. Just check the description box. All the booking details are there. I have a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. Let's see, you guys were drawn to the rough Amazonite with smoky quartz. Something about communication, because we got smoky quartz here, but it's with, you know, Amazonite. So, like careful communication, communication with a filter, okay, on it. A negative, like a filter that's filtering out negativity. Let's see. Oh, your person's wanting to make something happen. Or at least that's the energy that they're in when it comes to you in this connection. We'll find out what that is, or they could be, that's their focus anyway. Ooh, we got the 9. Wow, the 9 of Swords, the 5 of Swords in the reverse. Holy hell. And then the 6 of Swords all in the reverse. Man. Well, not all. We got the 9 of Swords here in the upright position. 5 of Swords in the reverse. Your person is very much in their heads, very much so. They're seeking peace. That's literally could be one of the messages, pile 2, from your person to you. I come in peace. Wanting to extend an olive branch, okay? That might, yeah, there's definitely something here. Your person feels stuck and unable to move on until you guys have some kind of a conversation or some kind of an understanding. I'm hearing your person feels misunderstood or they're not feeling heard. There's a message coming through like, just hear me out, pile 2. Just hear what I got to say. Oh, wow. And then guarded. Yeah. Okay. On guard, high alert, especially with that 9 of Swords energy right there. Man, what is going on here? All right, wow, and then we have I need you and I miss you, keeping my options open. That's showing up underneath the 5 of Swords in the reverse. This almost gives me an energy of, with keeping my options open, showing up right underneath the 5 of Swords in the reverse. This almost feels like your person trying to figure out maybe multiple ways to try to be able... trying to see things, preemptive. I think that's what that feels like. This feels like your person is trying to, oh, they're in their heads quite a bit. There's a conversation, pile 2, it feels like your person wants to have. And what your person is doing is they're mulling it over, they're chewing it over in their mind, trying to think of every single, like, you know, thing that you might bring up or objection that you might have. This feels like... you know, a connection either on the brink of a breakup or in the midst, like you guys have already broken up. I'm picking up on that energy, right after a breakup, or there was a huge misunderstanding between the two of you, or a huge argument. So for some of you, it could have been like your first real big fight, right? And it really has your person up in their head. We also have I don't know what to do or what to say showing up underneath right underneath the 6 of Swords in the reverse, but that's coming through in an energy of your person saying like, I don't know how to make this right. I don't know what to do or what to say in order to make this right. I don't know what to do or what to say that's going to make up for, you know, what went wrong or what I did wrong. Yeah, but with keeping my options open underneath the 5 of Swords in the reverse, let me see if I can explain it better with the energy that's coming through. This is like your person trying to figure out, you know, your objections, right? And then ways to counteract those objections. I'm telling you, when it comes to you in this connection, like their messages to you are laced with worry and anxiety and fear, not being quite too sure what the future is going to hold for your guys' connection. But with manifest here, they do want a specific kind of an outcome. Okay? They do want a very specific outcome. What is this? Tell me more about manifest. They do miss you. That is one of their messages to you, pile 2, is your person misses you, and it even like heavy on the need. Like your person, I don't know if this is one of those things where, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder, but there's a lot of worry and anxiety in your person's energy when it comes to you in this connection, pile 2. Manifest. Tell me more about manifest. They could want to create something with you. Build something with you. Tell me about manifest. Because this is their, oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's, so the manifest card is like their overall energy just kind of towards you in the connection itself. And so, yes, they're wanting to reconcile, or they're wanting to, you know, for those of you where you're separated and broken up, what they want. They want to, and they, you know, because this is their message to you, they want you to know that they want to like manifest either reunion with you and or, you know, they want to restore, you know, the bond between the two of you. They want things to go back to the way they were before, you know, maybe something hurtful was done or said against you and or the connection. Definitely wanting to manifest reconciliation for those of you where you are, you know, separated or broken up. Okay. But let's see, what does keeping my options open? Tell me more about that. We got the Ten of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and then the King of Swords in the reverse. They want happily ever after with you. They're even willing to put in the work in order to get that, but there is something about that you know, they're feeling kind of fuzzy. Well, I mean, they're worried about you or wondering how you are going to fit into that. They still want happily ever after, just overall and in general. And they're with the Eight of Pentacles here, they're willing to do the work on their side in order to, you know, to build towards that, to put into that, to even restore that. But with the King of Swords in the reverse, there's some confusion here, maybe about how to go about doing that. Again, right? This might even be, you know, something that your person's battling or batting back and forth. Like, well, if I can't have this, you know, this is absolutely impossible for me to have with pile, you know, 2, then, you know, keeping the options open in terms of, you know, at least mentally and emotionally being able to fathom, being able to have happily ever after with someone else. Your person is stuck, though. They're kind of stuck in a mental and an emotional limbo when it comes to that, because a lot of it is hinging on you and what you do or do not do, or what, there's something about an outcome here that is, you know, your person's kind of feeling like it's hanging up in the air. They don't know which way to move yet, because their next move largely depends, what I'm hearing, pile 2, is on like the move that you make or don't make, or how things end up, you know, panning out or not panning out in your guys' connection. Tell me about I don't know what to do or what to say. They're wanting to be genuine. Okay, because the Seven of Swords in the reverse, clarifying I don't know what to do or what to say. Your person is wanting to come from a very authentic space. They're not wanting to tell you what they, and that might be why they're not saying anything. You might be surprised if this person, you know, is holding back or they're not reaching out. It's not because, okay, so what they're saying is, it's not that they don't know what to say. They want to be able to say whatever it is they're saying, and they want it to come from a genuine space, okay? They're saying you would clock them if they weren't coming from a genuine space anyway. What they're saying is that, you know, they don't want to just tell you what they know you want or need to hear. They don't want to make you promises that they know they're not going to be able to keep and stuff like that. They're saying they don't want to cash, something about they don't want to. Why is it coming out like that? I just heard a message, something like cash out. They don't want to cash out quite yet. Oh, okay. Is there some kind of risk involved in your guys' connection? Because they're showing me that it's like they're kind of giving me an image of them gambling. And that's kind of where the fear is coming from, because they're like, okay, I'm on my last like dollar. I'm on my last bit, right? And they're hoping against all odds something, you know, will go, like their luck will turn in their favor, or they'll be blessed. And this is a metaphor coming through in your, you know, they're relating this to your guys' connection. They're not ready to give up on this yet. They're not ready to cash out. But they know that their next move whether it's an actual action or if it's something that they're going to say, right? They know that it needs to count. Whatever it is, it really needs to count. But they also want that move to come from an authentic space. Again, you know, they're showing me them at a table, and it's like, yeah, of course I want to bet the whole farm, but I don't have the farm to bet, right? I'm on my last $2 here, and so it's like I'm going to make this count, right? And so that's why they're not necessarily stalling. They literally don't know what the right thing to do is or the right thing to say is that is in alignment with how they're actually authentically feeling and what they have to give, that you are going to accept, that you are going to be okay with. They're not even sure, like, if they were to apologize for something, that you would be accepting of it. Okay. Tell me about guarded. Your person is scared. They're scared of, or maybe intimidated. You know, they're kind of afraid that they're afraid to make you mad. They're afraid to say or do the wrong thing. They're kind of seeing you, pile 2, is almost like being fed up. Like, you know, they got one chance and one chance only. But there's also kind of this energy that's mixed in with it where it's like, you better bring the best of what you got. It's one of those things, right? They're afraid that even with their best intention, that their best this time around isn't going to be enough for you. Yeah, your person they're worried, okay? Very much worried about what you are or are not going to do when it comes to them in this connection. Tell me about guarded. Ooh. What is this Page of Swords in the reverse? Is there some information here? There's still some stuff. Okay. There's still some things, pile 2, that your person is keeping very close to the vest information, okay? They haven't told you everything they're saying. There's still some things they're guarding. Yes, they want to have a conversation with you, but there's still some things they're not willing to talk about or willing to discuss. This could also be talking about, for some of you, your person has information that they know they need to share with you that they're afraid to, with that Page of Swords in the reverse. That might be why they're very much all up in their heads with this Nine of Swords in the upright position. You might be knowing what the truth is, pile 2. You may have called them out on it, even whatever, you know the truth to be. They know that you know, but they're having a hard time, like, admitting it. There's an energy there coming through, especially with that Nine of Swords. Your person just wants peace between the two of you. They just want to get along again. They even want to reconcile. They want to restore things. And they don't want to do or say anything that they know is going to make you mad. Even if that means, there's information that, I don't know, is there something that you want them to admit? Is there something that you want them to confess? They don't want to. They don't want to confess that with the Page of Swords in the reverse. They know that you know, okay? They know, wow, I just saw the Nine of Swords show up again at the bottom of the other deck. Oh my gosh, your person is, whew, man. They know they're in the hot seat. I'm hearing they kind of know it's their move, but they're so afraid to make that move, pile 2. Oh my gosh, they are so afraid. Pile 2, we're going to end your reading there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, do me a favor, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you haven't already done so, simply by subscribing. And don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Pile 2, I'll see you guys at your next pick a card love reading. Bye. What's going on, pile 3? Are we on the last pile already? Oh my gosh, you guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. And make sure we're recording. Yeah, we're back doing another pick a card love reading. We're tapping in and channeling through your person's messages, direct messages to you. So just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general collective love reading. So whatever resonates, do whatever you want with it. Claim it if it's something that's worth claiming. If it's something that's not quite resonating, just drop it, leave it behind for whomever that bit of information or that message might be resonating with. And as always, I have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below. All the booking details are there. I have a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. So let's see. Pile 3. You guys were drawn to the lemon calcite. Let's find out what their overall energy is towards you and the connection at the moment. We have exploration. Okay, so there's still some things in your guys' connection that your person is wanting. Yeah, and then we got spark, okay, with their focus when it comes to, like, your person is definitely feeling the spark and the chemistry between the two of you. Okay, now we got the Queen of Cups in the reverse. We have the Page of Pentacles in the upright position, and then the Eight of Wands in the reverse. This is carrying a vibe, pile 3, of your person wanting to figure out some, wanting to put some spice back into your guys' connection, liven things up. I don't know if maybe things between the two of you have gotten stale, or just if things have gotten bad between the two of you. I will say, with the energies that are showing up on the board, pile 3, your person isn't done with the connection, if that is a concern for any of you, okay? What they're wanting to do is to find some more creative ways, you know, ways to reignite the spark, or at least, you know, spice things up, liven things up. I don't know if things have gotten stagnant between the two of you. With the Queen of Cups showing up in the reverse, that could be you guys having closed off. Like, maybe there's something in this connection where it doesn't feel free flowing. Specifically with the feminine energy in this connection, that person being closed off emotionally, and then, like, I feel like that's you, right? I feel pile 3, you're the Queen of Cups, or you're being represented by the Queen of Cups in the reverse here. Again, it's a general reading, so, you know, whether or not you are, you know, divine masculine or divine feminine, whether you are female, male, non-binary, whatever, right? We're talking about energies. And so your person is wanting to figure out some creative ways to either reignite the spark or to keep the spark alive, or but it's coming from a space of, like, you know, things between the two of you may have gotten cold, or it could be heading in that direction. I don't necessarily see the Queen of Cups in the reverse as cold, but definitely shut off emotionally. Okay, with the Page of Pentacles here, this is like fighting, you know, whatever it is, you know, maybe starting off small or one step at a time, not just throwing everything in there, but your person just wanting to see, let's see what works, right? And really wanting to do that. Let's see what we can do, or maybe even what kind of a routine. This is something coming through too, pile 3. What kind of a routine can we set up that just, it becomes second nature to, you know, and that routine regularly feeds your guys' chemistry and your fire rather than put it out, right? And so this can be things like, you know, weekly date nights, trying new things out in the bedroom, you know, maybe just trying, you know, different kinds of classes together, like cooking classes or pottery classes. It's like, let's find some things that we can do. This is practical things with the Page of Pentacles, right? Practical things. What can we do to spend quality time together, but not just sitting in the same room, just existing? Like, what can we do to actually build the bond, right? Or maintain the bond even. Your person isn't in any rush too. Like, they're really like settled. I'm feeling a very calm and settled energy within them where they're like, okay, they are kind of clocked. I'm not saying that there's a problem, but there is like a bottleneck in the flow of the energy between the two of you. And they're trying to figure out a way to, rectify that situation. Now, underneath here, we have remembering and focusing on the good times. That's one of the things that they're also wanting to do conscientiously, like, rather than, because we have a tendency, and I'm just speaking in general, right? We have a tendency to sometimes get locked in and focused on what we don't want to experience versus what we are wanting to experience. And, when we are confronting things with a negative mindset, it can get so bad to where you can completely block out and not even notice the good things. And so this is your person, pile 3, coming through in an energy of like, I want to fix this, or even if it's not something that needs to be fixed, your person is saying like, yeah, there is a desire here to want to liven things up, reignite a spark, or at least to figure out a way to maintain a spark. And your person is saying, even if for those of you where you've had some bad times or some hiccups in your guys' connection, your person is saying, they're not saying like just sweep those things under the rug, but it's like, if it's already been addressed, if we've already talked about it, okay, let's not, camp out there and mull it over when we've already, talked about it and agreed we're going to put it in the past and move on. This feels more preemptive though, in a sense of, almost like your person wanting longevity in this connection and trying to figure out a way to build a routine between the two of you where that routine inherently, naturally just feeds your guys' connection and feeds the bond and feeds the passion, feeds the spark and the chemistry in a good way, right? But your person also wanting to be responsible about whatever those things are with the Page of Pentacles here. This feels very protective. Very protective. We also have making you a top priority underneath the Page of Pentacles. Again, that feels like one step at a time though, okay? Your person is wanting to come through with some practical action and follow through to show you that you're important to them, or that your guys' connection is important to them. Healing from heartbreak. And so the fact that we have healing from heartbreak showing up underneath the 8 of Wands in the reverse, this is carrying a couple of different messages. I mean, both could apply, right? One of them is that, your person realizing it, well, I guess it could go both ways. Either this is your person acknowledging that the two of you have had some difficulties, and or this is your person acknowledging that maybe, individually outside of this connection, your guys' previous experiences with other people may have, maybe gotten in the way somehow of you guys building this connection or rebuilding it. We have healing from heartbreak with the 8 of Wands in the reverse. And so this is why your person is wanting to take it slow. Okay. I don't know if one of you has kind of like a fight or flight response, or just maybe, I don't know. But your person is like, if we do this slow and consistent, take it one step at a time, it's not going to activate, anyone's, cling or run response, right? If anybody in this connection is, maybe like an anxious, insecure attachment style versus an avoidant, insecure attachment style. But again, it's that energy. Let's take it slow, take it one day, one step at a time. But there is an intention here. We're doing this with the intention of building, reestablishing even, reigniting the spark, maintaining the spark in a way that's healthy. But again, their person, very logic and common sense coming through here in the energy, because I'm not picking up on a lot of warrior, like I got to go on the defense, right? No, it's not that. It's just, I don't want to feel like I have to work at this connection with pile 3. Like, yeah, they're saying, of course, there are going to be some times when, it's going to feel like work. Relationships and connections aren't always, rainbows and unicorns, but they're also saying, if we can go about this the wrong way, we can build and establish some kind of a routine with each other where it doesn't feel like work all the time. It feels like fun, right? And it's working in a way that just naturally, like, it's like a very nourishing spring, right? And you know, this fountain, it keeps recycling the water, but because the water is healthy and it's good, you know, the connection and the bond itself, and then by extension, you two as individuals just get nourished, right? Nourished and restored and rejuvenated, and it's like, you know, your person is wanting this connection with you to feel like a breath of fresh air. They want it to feel like home base. And so that's what they're trying to figure out. Like, you know, let's look at some different ways. Let's explore some different ways that feed us together as a couple, or as a connection, and then as well as individually, right? They want to do that with you. Tell me about healing from heartbreak. Your guys is probably, yeah, they got a lot to say. But, you know, first, they're realizing there might be some individual time. Well, there's a couple of different messages coming through, because we have the Hermit here with the Four of Wands. Both of them are showing up in the upright position. And then, of course, we have the Tower in the upright position on the floor, wanting to make itself known. So, I was picking up on Virgo energy earlier before the Hermit came out. So that's there with Virgo energy. We always also have Taurus and Capricorn showing through. We got the Tower. What is that? The Tower energy for me carries a lot of Saturn energy, but it also can be Pluto energy and Mars energy. So, you know, Aries, Scorpio coming through in those energies, but also Capricorn, maybe Aquarius. I did have a little bit of air energy coming through earlier. They do want to make you in this, they really do. They really want to make you in this connection a top priority. They want to show you, right, that you and this connection are a top priority. But there may be some things that need to break down first. And this may be why your person is in like exploration mode. They're in curiosity mode. They're trying to like keep an open space or an open perspective to see how things might work, okay? This feels like a personal journey, though. There might be some things on both of your sides, right, that you guys might need to spend some time in some introspection, trying to figure out a way, you know, maybe, I don't want to say around. There is a Tower moment here, or at least that could signify some things that need to be, an existing structure that is either within your guys' connection or an existing structure outside of your guys' connection. I don't know on whose side that might be, that is largely impacting your guys' ability to have like a peaceful, harmonious union. They want to make you a top priority, but there might be something existing in, you know, outside of this connection that they feel like they're having or needing to, you know, prioritize over the connection. But whatever those things might be, your person is recognizing like those, whatever that is, that's taking them away from the connection or taking you away from the connection needs to be mitigated. It needs to, you know, that whatever that structure is, like it needs to crumble. Tell me more about the Tower. Your person, you know, wants harmony with you. They want celebration. They want a feeling of home. For those of you, if you're separated, they want reconciliation. It can even be, you know, marriage here with the Four of Wands, and that's also the soulmate card or the twin flame card for those of you where that resonates. But there's also that paired up with the Hermit. This is like in order for your person to be able to be the safe space in this, and for this connection to be a safe harbor for both of you. You know, that could be on both ends. It's like, you know, there's a need to go within first, to become that first, to become a safe harbor for themselves before they can become a safe harbor for the connection, right? What's this Tower energy here for pile 3? But again, this isn't your person putting you in this connection on a shelf. They're trying to figure out how to make it work. That might be exactly why we have exploration, one step at a time, one day at a time, trying to figure out what works. There may be an existing structure that is competing for your person's time and attention and resources and stuff. And, you know, whatever that structure is, tell me more about the Tower, please. Okay, it's your person. They're trapped in their own, they're self-limiting beliefs, okay? Self-limitations. They're getting in their own way. They have a way of thinking, a way of perceiving things. They have an established way just of doing things. And it's like they can't see past themselves, or that's been a problem up to this point. I feel like your person knows this. I feel like they're aware of the fact that they're in this Eight of Swords energy. They wouldn't call it Eight of Swords energy, right? But they're aware that they're the ones kind of getting in their own way when it comes to the health and success of your guys' connection. And they also realize that whatever that self-limiting belief or that perception is that has been hampering your guys' connection from really flowing, right? Because there is a bottleneck of energy here. And you might be responding, if that's coming from you, like if you've closed off from your person, that could just be in direct response to how they have been or have not been showing up, right? And they are acknowledging that. They're realizing that if, you know, they don't have a problem saying like, hi, it's me on the problem. That's why they're over here trying to figure out some creative ways of incorporating, or, you know, either incorporating you into their life, or establishing some kind of a routine that can work with all the different moving pieces of their life, right? They want you to feel, and they want you to know, they want you to be able to feel and be able to, for you to know that you are important for them, right? And so this is why they're coming through in this energy, like, you know, and they're coming through in this message like, I'm not sure what the answer is yet, pile 3, but I'm gonna find it. We're gonna find it together. We're gonna figure out a way to, you know, meet each other in the middle and find something that works for both of us while, you know, they work their way through some of these self-limiting and self-sabotaging beliefs and stuff that they have that may have gotten in the way of, you know, you guys being able to experience your guys' connection with your person as anything other than, you know, heaven on earth, right? But your person is understanding first that they need to tap into that energy themselves first, okay? They're understanding and realizing it's not your job to, like, you're not solely responsible for their happiness, okay? They may have had some outdated, like, gender roles when it came to connections, or just an outdated belief of, you know, what romance is supposed to look like, what marriage or, you know, long-term romantic relationships are supposed to look like. Yeah. Okay, and with healing from heartbreak, and this could be on both of your guys' side, but somebody here needing or wanting to heal from feeling like they were abandoned or walked away from. That doesn't even have to be within your guys' connection, but it could be, right? And so they're understanding and realizing there's some heartbreak here that we're still needing to work through. Maybe some, you know, trust issues or trust needing to be rebuilt. And that's why they're saying, let's take it one step at a time. You know, that's as much for them as it is for you, because they're also wanting to prove to themselves as well as to you that, you know, consistency can be experienced in this connection on both ends, right? Is there anything else? Oh yeah, that's why. Okay. Yeah, and they're kind of not holding off, but yeah, there's a little bit of a delay. So this is letting me know that the two of you may not currently be on the same page about pacing here. But they're under the impression that if they were to go any faster, or if things were to go any faster, it would cause a lot of conflict and chaos. I don't know if that's like conflict and chaos in their life in general, or your life, or just something would be stirred up that would affect the peace within your guys' connection. With the Five of Swords showing up here, even though it is in the reverse, that can talk about maybe, you know, you guys do maybe do have a tendency to argue or to find yourselves in conflict and chaos with each other. And so they're just, you know, they're being very mindful. They're watching what they say. They're careful about in the moves that they make and stuff like that. Not so much out of fear as it is just them being very conscientious about their moves and how they affect you, right? Their moves and how they affect your guys' connection. Your person is still wanting to grow this connection. They're still wanting to be an active participant in it. But they're going about things in a very logical, common sense, to them at least, kind of a way, right? One step at a time, one thing at a time. Let's try different things and see, right? Let's find something that works out for both of us while, you know, pile 3, I figure out how, you know, to work out my own, you know, limiting, self-sabotaging beliefs when it comes to love and connection. All right, you guys, that was your reading, pile 3. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, take a moment, if you would, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know that you picked this pile, let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you haven't already done so, simply by subscribing. And don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement in pile 3. I'll see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys.